going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 59. 59 of season 3. Hopefully, everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully, everyone bought a lot of stuff on Black Friday, did some Black Friday shopping, and yeah, um, everyone put in the comments, poor Noah, because he didn't get his corn on the cob this year. So, uh, if you saw the pick'em video, you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah, or you just go to the very end of the Victim video because that's what it
True.
is.
Sure. But yeah, great Thanksgiving, lots of food. I was honestly done after my first plate. Usually I could go back like maybe seconds and thirds, but I don't know, something about this year, my after my first plate, I just hit a wall. So kind of disappointing in my performance, but it was all overall all good.
And it just leaves more for the leftovers.
Exactly, exactly. We had 4 games since the last time we talked, Noah, which is crazy. We had 3 on Thanksgiving and 1 on Black Friday, and we came out on top 3-4. Disappointing uh loss with the Lions versus the Packers, especially at home. But we did win the next three, Dallas versus the Chiefs. Bengals beating the Ravens and the Bears beating the Eagles. So uh, we are up by double digit points going into the weekend. So hopefully we get a win this weekend.
And the Lions game was definitely disappointing. Very winnable game. Like you said, they were at home. The Packers offense had not looked very good for the past few weeks. But I guess the Lions defense is just worse. I don't know. But
I don't know.
there were
The
some
Lions
50-50 balls
defense
that
seems like they've been playing like they were pretty okay. I would say higher than mid, but I don't know. The last couple weeks, it's just nothing's been clicking. I can't think of any injuries.
No, a lot of their injuries are on offense,
Yeah.
but still they were able to put up 24 points. Everyone was talking about how great the Packers defense looked, which their pass rush looked really good. But I mean, Lions still put up 24, and um, they just could not get a stop uh, on third down at all against the Packers, especially at the end there. There was just a lot of 50-50 balls that Jordan Love was throwing up. He was closing his eyes and making saying a prayer, and
Nope.
Wicks would go up and just grab that thing. Christian Watson had a couple of good catches. Um, but yeah, so uh, shout out to uh, shout out to the Packers for winning that one,
Yeah.
ruining our picks.
Yeah, we like how we do each week, we just keep the Thursday game, and if there's a Sunday early game, we just keep them at the top. So I mean, our four major points, four major point games, right off the bat, and to go 3-4, it's pretty good. The Cowboys look good, shutting down the Chiefs. Chiefs, I don't know. Chiefs offense just doesn't look. Every time Mahomes would go back to pass, it just felt like the Cowboys were coming after him. So I don't know. Chiefs, I guess, are still in the hunt, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are just too predictable now because they have zero run game at all. Isaiah Pacheco came back this week, and I mean, even when before he was out, he was awful. So I don't think that made much of a difference. And then you have Kareem Hunt, who is mainly the power back. So um, I think that's one of the main reasons why they're struggling this year. Is just I feel like they always just have to pass the ball, and you know, just sit back as a
Yeah.
defense.
Which is
Just
weird because I didn't think the run game was bad last year, and they have the same people. I don't know if they, let Lyman go or people are just figuring it out, but yeah, it's crazy.
maybe a
The
rookie left
difference of it.
tackle. Yeah, it's just I think the offensive line is just not as good. They traded Joe Tooney to the Bears,
Mm,
and they have a rookie left tackle, Simmons, who they drafted this past year, and um, yeah, it just has not looked. The offense just has not looked good. So, I mean, aging offense, Travis Kelce out
yeah,
there.
last leg.
Yeah.
And then finally on Thursday night it was the Bengals and the Ravens and Joe Burrow came back, threw two touchdowns. He had to wear a metal plate or a carbon fiber plate or whatever on the bottom of his foot, so he um I don't know, something it wouldn't bend or something. I don't know. Um, but man, Lamar Jackson struggling. Three interceptions, I think, right?
Hey, the four
Or
turnovers,
four.
I think.
Okay.
He had three interceptions, but he had a fumble also. I don't think he had two, but for sure he had four at least turnovers. Against one of the, if not the worst defense in the league.
Yeah.
I think they just had that will to win with Joe Burrow coming back. You know, they have the confidence that they could win the game.
Yeah.
Confidence is everything. So, I mean, Joe Burrow, even though he was like 22 for 40 something. He still looked pretty good. That was all just with basically Jamar Chase out there. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, the Bengals offense looked good with him out there. So maybe they make a run in that AFC North, which is
They have
pretty,
a chance. They beat the Ravens already, who was leading the division, so I think
yeah,
they play
pretty
one
weak
more
right
time,
now.
maybe. Yeah. And then the Bears beat the Eagles. Noah's Bears got it done.
Yep.
That was I turned on the game. It was 7-0 or 9-3, something like that. And then Caleb Williams threw that interception that was in their own field or own side of the field, and I was like, oh man, this is when the Eagles kind of like maybe turn it on or something, and they never scored. They never got it done. So I think the Bears are leading the whole game.
Yeah, they look pretty dominant. They had the ball the whole time, basically. They did a good job of converting on third downs. And the defense looked good. They're getting better each week. They're getting healthier each week. You know, they started the
Yeah,
year pretty beat up, and now they're finally getting a lot of starters back. They're still missing linebackers, but they actually got, I think, two out of their three corners now that were stars last year are back.
yeah,
So uh, each week, I think that defense will keep getting better, and I mean, they're already lead the league in turnovers. So. Uh, As long as the offense can keep scoring, and that's Ben Johnson's job, and they've been doing it. So
yeah. Caleb Williams like rushed on third down, converted a couple short ones that in the past you wouldn't see the Bears do that. So it's probably helpful that Caleb Williams can run. He has long strides. So, yeah, offense looked good. They ran for like close to 300 yards on the Eagles defense, which is pretty rare since I think the stat was that's the most they've given up in one game, like combined towards the other games that they played.
yeah, both
Um,
the running backs ran for 100 yards each, over 100 yards
it's
each.
wild,
Yeah,
especially on
but then
that Eagles defensive line. So,
yeah, and then I feel like that's what the Eagles should be doing, but they just kind of, I don't know, they just feel like they don't
something,
run the ball the same.
yeah,
I think they might have some offensive line injuries, but um, I
that's
don't
their
know.
whole game plan.
I just feel like yeah, I think that's how they were so dominant the past couple of years.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially last year. I mean, Barkley almost had he had over 2,000 yards. So
Yeah, it also seems like they don't run it with Hurts anymore that much. Like they used to run a lot of draws,
yeah,
QB draws, because that pass game, especially yesterday, was really windy, so it's hard. I think a lot harder for the QBs. But um, yeah, I mean, Eagles
they're
tough to watch. I mean, when the
they're a
defense doesn't
weird
show up, there's no way that they're
they're a
winning a
weird
game.
8 and what now 8 and 4
4 now,
team.
yeah.
It's a weird team. So we'll see how their schedule looks towards the end of the season. But it's gonna be hard to pick them. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. The Eagles' offense is just really shaky this year, and I don't know. The defense was carrying them first half of the year, and that the Bears could run all over them. I mean, I'm sure they play teams that have a probably better run game, maybe. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's getting down to crunch time here, so
we're
uh
talking about the Cowboys a little bit earlier. They're sneaking up here. You know, eight and
yeah.
four
They
Eagles,
play
and
the
now the
Lions next week.
6-5 Cowboys. So Cowboys can win a couple of games, get back in here, see what happens with the Eagles if they go on um, a little losing streak, maybe just lose one or two games. The Cowboys have a very good chance to turn it
Jump on.
around.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean last was it last year, a couple years ago, the Eagles won 10 in a row and then lost the last six and then lost in the playoffs, so maybe that's what the projections are, maybe for them.
It does look feel like the chemistry is not there. They're crumbling. You know, they past few weeks AJ Brown been saying stuff. Jalen Hurts has his little uh comments, stoic comments. Doesn't really show emotion.
Yeah.
Um, the little digs at Saquon, even though it was a joke by AJ Brown. There's a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah. Yeah. That is it for the football that happened the last couple days. Noah, onto our headlines. I know you got MLB trades just happening in the off season.
Yeah, we're getting towards the winter meetings time where teams meet with free agents, teams meet with other team executives meet with each other, talk trades. That usually starts in December, but early signings already. We got Dylan Cease signing with the Blue Jays. That was a huge signing for the Blue Jays coming off a World Series appearance, making it to Game 7 against the Dodgers, adding a starter, a top tier starter in Dylan Cease for 7 years, 210 million. Probably one of the bigger prizes to get this offseason, especially in the pitching area. They That was probably one thing. They're just missing that one extra starter, the one star that they needed to come in. Uh, because I think their number one was Scherzer. So, but Kevin Gossman had a really good game. So now you add Dylan Cease to that. Um, I think that's going to be great for them.
Yeah.
7 years, 210. That's a lot. It's a long time. I think he's 30, 31 already.
Dang.
Um, so yeah, that's going to be we'll see how good of a signing this is in 5 years. But right now, they're definitely uh in win now mode. So go out, get someone to add to that team and go for it again.
Did Dylan Cease play for someone else before the Padres? Or was he just in the
Yeah,
minor
he was traded from the
leagues?
White Sox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was I mean he's been pretty consistent over the last few years. Um I think you'd still consider him an ace. He's a top of the rotation guy, either one or two starter. So Blue Jays got a good signing here. Next, the Texas Rangers made a trade. They traded second baseman Marcus Semien to the Mets for Brandon Nimmo. Uh, Two veteran guys getting traded for each other here. Um, a little surprising that Marcus Semien got traded, but that trading him to the Mets, that's one of the better defensive second basemen. So now you have two. You probably have one of the best defensive duos up the middle in New York for the Mets now. You got Simeon and Francisco Lindor as shortstop, so that's a good duo. He's kind of struggled at the plate, but I mean, he's mainly there for your defense. And if he goes out there and gives you performance like he did when he was with the Oakland A's, I mean, that's just a cherry on top.
Yeah.
Brandon Nemo, a good contact bat. So um, he's probably going to go out there and play right field because Adolis Garcia is going to no longer be with the Rangers, who was their right power hitting right fielder. So he just adds a lefty bat.
Nothing
And
on
then
Pete Alonso.
yeah, nothing yet for Pete. Um, I mean, last year he Pete Alonso was didn't get the contract he wanted, so he went back to the Mets on the 1 year, 20 mil or 2 year with an opt out. So and he had a really good year, so we'll see where he goes. I don't know if he'll end up back with the Mets. I think that's where he wants to be. That's where he said last year he wanted to be with the Mets, but he might get offered a pretty big deal this offseason. So
Yeah.
I don't know if the Mets are already spending a lot of money. Uh, I mean,
I
on
mean
one guy, Juan
yeah,
Soto.
yeah, they kind of went all in on one guy and
But they
wasn't.
have the richest owner, I think, in baseball. So
Yeah,
uh,
I think I just
he
saw a
is
thing.
not he is not scared
Five
to
five
open
point
that check
five
anymore.
billion. Jesus Christ.
Not afraid to open that checkbook. So we'll see what he does if he wants to retain um, Pete
He,
Alonso or not.
he can literally get anyone if he wanted to.
Yeah, he can go out there and get whoever he wants. The last but not least, Cardinals trade Sonny Gray and cash to
Oh,
the Red Sox for two pitchers, Brandon Clark and Richard Fitz. The cash that is involved is $20 million. So when you see cash, you're like, okay, whatever, just
a
a little
couple
cash to
million,
help out. No,
couple
it's
million.
20 mil to cover half of his contract.
Cash
So uh,
considerations.
yeah, cash consideration, the famous cash considerations that is thrown into every deal. Shout out to the cash considerations. But the Red Sox add Sonny Gray. I think probably their weakest spot was pitching last year, uh, when they were making that push for the playoffs. So they were probably like a good starter out of making it. So send two prospects and you get Sonny Gray, who's been uh, pretty consistent, pretty solid. Probably a two or three. He was the number one for the Cardinals for a good amount of time there, but. Uh, He's older. He's gonna getting half of his contract paid for by the Cardinals. So I like the trade. See what happens with the Red Sox. See if he pans out. But Sonny Gray is probably towards the end of his career now. So we'll see what how that plays out. But that's all that's happened so far. There'll definitely be a lot more towards the end of the year, and also that's when we're going to see the big uh, international signings, especially from Japan. They are, I think, their deadline to get signed is January 6th, I think, or the 4th, one like very early January. So we'll probably see them signing towards the end of December or mid-December, depending on winter meetings and how that stuff goes.
Yeah, how many players are coming from Japan that are like, you
I
know,
think there's three main
three?
guys, two
Okay.
pitchers, and then
One
um
power
I
hitter.
can't remember I don't know Murakami, the third baseman, the insane power hitter. So um obviously he's projected to go to the Dodgers. One of the pitchers says he does not want to play for the Dodgers. He wants to compete with the Dodgers, doesn't want to join the Dodgers.
Go
Uh
Giants.
and then there's another pitcher, but I don't think he said anything. So but three main guys coming out of Japan, and also other international players obviously will get the signing there also. So yeah, some stuff to look out for.
Good for him to say that he doesn't want to go to the Dodgers. He doesn't want to win championships every year.
Yeah, he says he wants a challenge, and I
Yeah.
respect it.
Yeah. You can't just go to the Dodgers.
And yeah, he's probably also saw what happened with Roki Sasaki. Obviously, Roki Sasaki is only 19 years old, 20 years old now. Uh, but you go there, you're a star in Japan, and then you're uh kind of just a relief pitcher now. So
Yeah.
obviously he'll have more chances. He was very raw. That's what everyone expected, that he wasn't going to be like a starter right away. But
Yeah.
maybe as a pitcher outside, you're like, okay, well, if I don't perform right away, this is what's going to happen to me. Maybe I want to go
Yeah.
somewhere where I can grow into the league instead of, oh, okay, we have to just he's not ready. Let's just put him to the side for now.
Good call. Um, College football has also been being played, not on Saturdays. Couple games that were played yesterday, and a big one happened. Texas beating Texas A&M. This was going to be one of the better games coming down to the wire. Texas A&M is no longer undefeated. Arch Manning, he had a good game. He had a couple touchdowns. He threw for 179 and had a go-ahead touchdown at the end there. Pretty good throw on the run off 1 foot. And then he also had 53 rushing yards and a touchdown. And so, yeah, Texas beats Texas A&M, which may throw off the college football playoff bracket since Texas A&M was number 3. So we'll see how much they fall, or if they only fall to 4 or what. But I think there's going to be a shakeup there, and yeah, Texas gets it done, 27-17. Georgia beats Georgia Tech in a nail biter. Low scoring game in this one, but Georgia does beat Georgia Tech 16-9. Um, yeah, maybe Georgia moves up to 3. This pretty good win over Georgia Tech, who was a favorite to win ACC for the longest time. They were also ranked inside the top 12 for the playoffs. So, I mean, that's a pretty good team. And then next, Ole Miss beats Mississippi State. The only headline there is that Lane Kiffin is probably either going to LSU or staying at Ole Miss, but maybe most likely going to LSU. Florida's already looking for other coaches, and what was the other team? I guess it was only that those 3 teams:
It was
LSU, Ole
yeah,
Miss, and
Florida.
Florida. But yeah,
Yeah.
Florida's already looking to maybe go after the Tulane head coach. So. And then the Lane Kiffin decision is gonna be made after this game, or after this game, so Sunday or Monday. And he said that he's not gonna coach Ole Miss, or reports say that he won't coach Ole Miss in the playoffs if he does leave Ole Miss, which is
Mm,
that's just insane for the players of Ole Miss. You're not gonna have your head coach in the playoffs, so
yeah.
kind of
Well, I was seeing like LSU is just gonna throw the bag at him, so hey, I would take it too. You're gonna get
yeah.
paid a lot of money and work for the prestigious LSU football team, the head coach. I mean, sign me up, man.
Yeah, like we said last episode, the recruiting trails, you got Louisiana. That's the only like LSU is the only major school in Louisiana. So all those kids coming out of high school, they want to go to LSU. So you got pick of the litter there. And yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work out at LSU for Lane Kiffin, the buyout's gonna be huge.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, colleges don't care. They'll
It's
just
it's literally just like the safest option.
yeah, exactly.
Like if it works out, great. If it doesn't, just I have a buyout for $50 million.
Go
So
back to Ole Miss, afterwards. Um, yeah, so we'll probably next episode discuss what finally happens to Lane Kiffin. And then finally, currently, biggest game of the week is Ohio State Michigan. It is a rivalry week in college football, so currently Ohio State's winning 17-9 at halftime. Michigan jumped out to an early lead and intercepted Julian Sayin, so it gave Michigan fans hope that they could beat Ohio State for the 5th year in a row. Which, um, if Texas A&M lost and Ohio State lost in the same week, there'd definitely be a mix-up um, in the college football bracket. But
that make everything a lot more interesting.
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, that is it for that's all I got. College football update last couple days. Keep an eye out on the bracket. Coming down to the wire. Only a couple more
Yeah,
weeks.
2 weeks, I think, right? And then was
Yeah.
it 2 weeks and then it's the championship games or the second? It's 1 week and then the championship,
Well, it looks like next week is the last week, and then the
and then they
week
start
after is
doing
just
the
Army, Navy, and then the Bulls start December 13th. and the playoff starts December 19th. So yeah,
December 9th.
yeah, we'll definitely have predictions for the bracket when it becomes finalized.
Yep.
All right, that is it. Let's get on to our underdog picks, where we had a great week last week. Do you remember? It was Trey McBride didn't get
Oh yeah,
half a
we
yard,
missed it by half a yard for
six
the
for
full
six.
win. Yeah, to go for 5 or 6. Pretty crazy by half a yard. But yeah, that's good picks right there. If you follow our picks and you're still here, I know the TikToks aren't going up, but let us know if you do follow in the comments. Um, and if you did tail us there and miss by half a yard also. Uh, Starting off this week what, 13 now. Uh Start off with Kyron Williams, higher than 68.5 rushing yards against uh the Panthers, who have the 27th rush defense in the league. Bottom half, bottom quarter, whatever, bottom third. Um,
Bottom three.
Rams have been killing it this year. Definitely the favorites in the NFC to make it to at least to the championship game. Bears sneaking in there. Maybe we see a little rematch from like 10 years ago there. So we'll see. But yeah, 60 higher than 68.5 rushing yards. Next, Khalil Shakir, higher than 46.5 receiving yards against the Steelers, who are last in pass defense. I'm very surprised it was 46.5. I would be surprised if it's still at 46.5. I did this yesterday um when we were supposed to record it, but we got moved. But 46.5, and he's the number one target for the Bills. I'm expecting this to be lower because Keon Coleman's probably gonna be back, but
They also signed
Shakir.
Brandon Cooks as well.
And yeah, Brandon Cook's the old man. I don't know what they expect him to do. But Khalil Shakir, the safety net for Josh Allen on the little bubble screens over the middle. He's his go-to guy. So I expect maybe a little screen that can get 35 right off the bat, off that. And last but not least, Cam Ward, higher than 34.5 passing attempts. He's thrown it like 40 times over the last 3 weeks in each game. Um, so I expect him to go out there. Most likely the team's going to be behind, and most likely he's going to have to throw the ball 35 times. So uh, that's just what I'm expecting will happen with
Yeah,
the Titans there.
the Bills starting two tackles are going to be out this game, so very worrisome for our Bills pick. Hopefully
Quick
it.
bubble screens. That's what I'm talking about. Khalil Shakir is the guy for that.
That's true.
That's who they always throw the ball to on those little bubble screens.
That's true. My picks this week, I got Michael Wilson getting higher than 54 and a half yards. He has a combined 303 yards total in the last two games. So, Michael Wilson's definitely the number one wide receiver there in the Cardinals. I mean, it's either Trey McBride or Michael Wilson
Yep.
getting the passes from Jacoby Brissett. So that seemed pretty low. Jackson Smith Najigba. I'm pretty sure we picked this guy almost every week this year. This guy's been on a tear. He's in the MVP conversation, going with higher than 6.5 receptions versus the Vikings. Just play it safe. You could probably take the 97.5 receiving yards since he's been getting over 100 each week, but just play it safe. Kenneth Gainwell, higher than 51.5 rush plus receiving yards here. He's hit this the last two games. He's really taking over that backfield from Jalen Warren, and he's still coming back from injury, but looks like he's been the guy, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna play this week, so yeah, he's definitely been the dump off guy for Rodgers. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
our underdog picks for this week.
Yeah. I'm trying to get these picks in before they change. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, we had a good week last week. Hopefully it rolls over into this week.
Every time
Like
we
you
have
said,
a good
though.
week, I forget to put the picks in, so I'm kind of bummed. But it is only 5 out of 6, so it's only like if you do the flex, I think it's like a four multiplier, two multiplier, something like that. But yeah, that is it. Episode 59. Hopefully everyone has a great weekend and a good week. And we'll see everyone in the pick'em video, and we'll let you know how we did. And hopefully it's a first place this week.